Mental health has been such a huge part of how our journey at Leiho began. When you're running a business in such a busy city, things can get pretty lonely sometimes, even if you're surrounded by hundreds of people every day. I was lucky enough to have a very patient and understanding co-founder when times were tough, and someone who was equally as passionate about validating this belief system that you can really feel more worthy and feel good about giving back.
My name is Ferriera and I'm a mental health activist.
My name is Tom and I'm the host of the Proper Mental podcast.
I'm Sophie Beresford and I am a mental health and wellbeing blogger and podcaster.
I started to struggle with my mental health in 2016 and I didn't tell anyone. And I didn't tell anyone because I didn't know what was happening. I was dealing with anxiety and depression and suicidal ideation. And I didn't know what these things were. I didn't know what mental health was. And so I hid that, I genuinely thought I was losing my mind.
When I was going through my own mental health struggles, I felt incredibly alienated and I felt like I couldn't really talk about what I was going through because there was still a lot of shame, and there still is a lot of shame around mental health and wellbeing. And I thought, if I'm experiencing these things and I feel like I have to put on a face or put on a mask, there must be so many more people out there that are doing the same thing.
As a mental health activist, it still does get kind of lonely, because I tell you, while I'm expressing my story to the world, it's still very difficult to sit down in a room with my group of friends and talk about it. So it's almost like I don't fear judgment from people I don't know, but I fear judgment from people that I do know.
One of the most important things I'd say about mental health is people treat it differently to physical health. So we're all very good at looking at our diet, or we're very good at factoring in physical activity, but then mental health is seen as something separate, when actually, just like we all have physical health, we all have mental health. And just in the same ways that we make conscious efforts to make sure that we're physically fit, we should also make conscious efforts to make sure that we're mentally well.
I believe in giving back. One, it's helped me find my sense of value. As someone who goes through mental illness, you have no value to the world, and that's the thing that gives contribution to your hopelessness,
And when you do something for other people, it can break that thing of that cycle of constantly thinking about yourself. And when we have these negative thoughts and feelings, sometimes you need to prove the voice in your head wrong. And if you're saying things like, if you're saying you're worthless, if you're saying you don't deserve stuff, if you're saying you're a bad person, if you're saying all this negativity, well, you can prove that voice wrong by doing something for other people, for giving back, because you can't be worthless if you're doing something good. Doing something nice for someone else makes you feel good, and that's important too, to enjoy that. And when your mental health is low, then those little moments of enjoyment, they can make all the difference. Doing one thing and seeing how happy that makes someone, that can get you through another day.
But there's little ways that you can give back that can take a couple of minutes out of your day or a couple of seconds. I think there's definitely a correlation between supporting other people or giving back and feeling better in yourself. It can lift your day, even if it's as simple as giving somebody a compliment.
Giving back to others, giving them hope, and just providing a sense of relief. I can see someone like me doing well from such a dark place, and that is the most important thing.
To have compassion for yourself. Once you have compassion for yourself, then you can have compassion for others.